It's time to wake up to reality. You crave power. Just about everything people do is in hopes that we either gain power or look powerful. Your job, social life, and even the way you present yourself are all for power. People will act as if they don't want it, but deep down, they do. Those people allow outside rhetoric to tell them that wanting power is immoral. But the thing about that is, you should want it. Power has a bad reputation. The ambition for power is looked down upon for a reason. It's done on purpose, because if you can convince people wanting it is a red flag, then people will try to avoid it to make themselves seem more pleasing to society. That is a very good way to keep a lot of people powerless for a very long time. Power is an essential part of life because without it, you will continue to be in the same place your whole life and remain irrelevant. I'm here to keep you from ending up that way. If you are tired of doing the bare minimum and fed up with being powerless, watch this video all the way through. I will show you different ways to gain power as a man and keep your morals intact by breaking the stigma that the ambition for power is bad and gaining the power you crave. The first step to gaining the power you want has to do with picking the words you use while speaking. Everyone knows that words carry weight. When we take a look at what that actually means, we learn that language is both expressive and constructive of reality. Your words shape your reality. But if you are not aware of the words you use, then they can be used against you. For example, when talking to someone that you have to team up with on a task, instead of saying, "I have to do this," or "I have to finish it," use the word "we." If you say "we need to do that" or "we need to finish," that slight change in wording shows the other person that both of you are in it together. When you constantly use the word "I" in a team setting, you are centering yourself, and it seems like you're only concerned about your part and not the task as a whole. That could make the other person feel alone, or even worse, say "screw it" also, and only worry about themselves too. So it's in your best interest to choose words that don't isolate the people around you. It may seem like an insignificant thing to do, but I promise, just that small subtle change will give you more power and influence than you think. In that same example, if you are working with someone as a team and they constantly use the term "I," they are separating themselves from everyone else. They are basically saying, "This is your task, and this is my task." Now, anyone who has ever been part of a team knows that even though we all have our specific task, we are all working together. So when one person isn't done, no one is done. So once you are baited into using their terminology, then they have just separated themselves from you in the whole situation. You have just agreed to their terms. So when it comes time to help each other, why would he help you if you already acknowledge your task and his? There is power in knowing the manipulation tactics, so you can be aware of them and they can't be used on you. I will go further into the art of speaking in a future video, so make sure you are subscribed to get notified when that video drops. Another thing you need to learn about when trying to gain power is to never appear to be too perfect. This is where we see too many people mess up. People try too hard to appear flawless to make others believe they hold power, and it always comes back to bite them in the ass. In very few instances, the appearance of having no flaws or shortcomings and making things look effortless can be used to your advantage along with other strategies. But there are very few people who can pull that off. It's because humans are flawed. We could never be perfect, so when someone tries to act like they are, people see right through it. So when you admit to your flaws, owning them will make you humble. You will have the power and respect of the people around you. The people that society has deemed to be some of the strongest and mentally stable have all owned up to their shortcomings and had moments of weakness. That is what makes you human. It allows us to be able to relate to one another. So when a person tries to act like everything is effortless, that just makes them look fake and insecure. That is why I always say to be true to who you are, and no matter what, own it, because people will always tell you when you are not being real. The next topic I want to bring up will be directly related to another video I already made, which is to detach. There is great power in detachment, meaning you should know when to take a step back from a situation to see things from another perspective. For example, if there's a problem with something you need to take care of, take a step back because stressing and banging your head on it won't make it go away. But if you are able to see things from a wider view, you might be able to see something you were not able to see before. Like I said in another previous video, you should try and take emotions out of your decisions as much as possible. Emotions cloud your judgment. Detaching from emotions is a major part of Stoicism. When you can detach yourself and reflect on why you are feeling the way you are, you can make a clear decision or judgment. Emotions are very powerful, and they can be used to your advantage. And that might be controversial, but I believe you need to know this for multiple reasons. Because people are slaves to their emotions. Most people have no control over them. If you can figure out what makes someone emotional, you can gain power over them. Find out what triggers them. If a person is quick to anger, irritate them. Irritate them to the point they get so angry they self-destruct. Turn their emotions into your weapon. That could be the powerful deciding factor in a confrontation. When I learned this strategy, not only did I learn how to use it, but I also learned to see when it's being used on me. People will try and manipulate you in many different ways in life. I have become awake and aware of the different tactics people try and use. Here is the deal. The ambition for power is a topic that is usually associated with narcissists and manipulators. It is seen as immoral to crave that power. I'm here to tell you it's not, as a matter of fact. It's beneficial not just to help you gain power, but also to make sure no one gains power over you. In this video, I have laid out multiple examples of how that is true. So, to wrap it up, power is a very important aspect of life. There are different types of power and different ways to obtain them. So be aware of what's going on around you so you don't fall victim to one of these tactics. If you have any other experiences to share about this issue, share them in the comments. And if you know anyone who can benefit from this video, tag them below or share this video with them so they can be part of our community. Remember, always be who you really are, because when you are not authentic, people can see right through that. So until the next video, take care.